Hello, sweet creatures. I'm Claire, and today we are going to look at my planners for the year and my little journal lineup. I love planner videos. I love seeing people's planners. This isn't a setup video, and I'm not going to do setup videos in the future, but I thought I'd share my setup because I did a lot of work to make it work for me, and I think that's the best thing about planning for yourself and making your own planners is that you can make them work for you. So, I'm gonna start with my other journals and then we'll go to the bullet journal last, and we're going to work through my day for how I plan on using journaling in the year 2025, which sounds like a fake year to me, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if it sounds fake to you folks either. But the first journal I use in a day is a journal for writing morning pages. If you've never heard of Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way, a lot of people talk about it on here. I am a big believer in a lot of what that book puts forth, and writing morning pages is an important part of my routine. So I started this in November. This is just a moleskin notebook. I like that it's thick. I like that this is the wider version of the moleskin. And I just decorated it with some stickers and some silver ink. But what I really like about morning pages is that it really gives me a good start to my day. I just write what I can. I don't do 3 long pages, and I know you're supposed to use standard paper to do morning pages. A book works best for me. It's easy for me to move around. So yeah, I do morning pages every day almost, and sometimes it's just a sentence, and sometimes it is just moaning about how much pain I'm in, or how tired I am and how much I don't want to start my day. But getting the moaning out helps me start my day. So that is journal number 1 that I use in my day. Journal number 2 will be my bullet journal, but I want to flip through this last because I'm really proud of it, so I'm making you wait. You could probably skip to it. I don't care. I don't mind. Something new I'm adding to my routine this year is a commonplace book. This is a Archer and Olive notebook. I have it backwards. This is an Archer and Olive notebook. It is letter size, so it's massive. And how I plan on using this is to record quotes. So things I want to remember that I did not personally write, that I can't save to a Pinterest board. So a good example is I got to go to a talk with a death doula at my college, and she said something that really resonated with me. You cannot revere death and hold transphobia in your heart. You cannot revere death and hold racism in your heart. And she went on like that, and I just thought that was so beautiful. I'm gonna link her book below, because she did write a book and it's up for pre-order, I believe. But she was wonderful, and I'm so happy that my college arranged that and I was able to go. So that's stuff that would go in here, as well as events in my life, because I don't really write that down anywhere, and I want to be able to remember it in the future. And then world events, world news events, because I want to bear witness and record what I'm seeing with my own eyes for the future, for my future niflings, nibblings, nieces, nephews, and future family. If I ever decide I want to have or adopt children, I want them to have that to look back on. So I tried starting this in October, and then my cat passed away, so I'm gonna restart in the new year. I think I need that timing start, and a new year is a great place to start. It has everyone's New Year's intentions built into it. What a great day to begin when everyone's beginning. So that is that. And then something about my bullet journal is I have to make sure that my entire year fits into one journal. And I think that's not something I see a lot of online. I feel like people do 2 journals a year or 3 journals a year, just start it whenever. I can't deal with that. It has to all be in one place. So I have to do a lot of math to make sure my whole year fits in this place, because I do want monthly spreads. I do want a weekly spread. So any spreads that do not fit into my journal go in a second, just a collections journal. And this is not super beautiful and exciting. It is just a collections journal. I haven't even made the front page of this, but I thought I'd show it anyways. So I have like my bucket list, I call it the Apocalypse. I don't remember where I got that from. My reading shelf, so books I have read and I haven't read enough. I've been reading Braiding Sweetgrass for over a year. I read it like a chapter at a time, and I'm like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever read. I gotta savor it. I've gotta save it for later. I really just need to finish reading it, and if I wanted to return to it, I should just return to it. So I have wants and needs tracker in here, spoon menus. If I wanted to make like a routine, new routines, I would put that in here. I have master a meal list, so my go-to foods when I can't figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner, and this is going to hold all of that. It's also eventually going to hold D&D stuff, because I do Dungeon Master and I really want to get back into that. But that is my collections book, because everything has to fit into my bullet journal within the year. So let's get into this. So normally I do a notebook therapy notebook. I've done notebook therapy notebooks for the last 4 years. And I wanted to switch it up. They didn't have any new designs that I was super excited about. And I also wanted to choose something that wasn't black. I was keeping to the like black minimal color scheme, partially because I love black. It's a great color, but mostly because I was using it at work and I'm in the military and I don't want it to look too non-conformist. So this is a little rebellion to this. It's an Archer and Olive notebook. It's gorgeous. I love this theme, and I base my theme of the notebook around the cover. So there's going to be an art theme in here, and some things I've made for this book is I made a couple frame stamps so I could create little mini works of art within them to add to my journal to stick with the theme. And something I like about the Archer and Olive journal is there's a pen loop. Notebook therapy does not have a pen loop, and I am constantly losing my pen. So I am very excited to have my trusty Sharpie S gel on me at all times. I went through 10 Sharpie S gels during my school year for my first semester of college this year. 10! It was insane. I had to order more, and my partner couldn't believe how many pens I was working through. I couldn't believe it either. 10 pens dried out. Didn't lose them, dried them out. So I don't do the name page. I'm gonna put my name and contact information probably down here after this video, because you're not gonna see this again. So that if I leave this somewhere, most likely the library, they can return it to me. And then my word of the year will go here when I decide what it is, and I'll probably also put a quote. So normally I would do a little art piece here, but I really loved their end paper. So I decided to make a little gallery wall using some stickers of artwork and some of my own drawn in. And I used a variety of the frames. Some of them I stamped with gold paint and some of them I stamped with ink. And then I took an envelope and made a little faux envelope pocket to fit my grid spacing ruler and my stencil that I use literally every week that I got on an Etsy shop. I don't know how long ago and I don't know from where. And this is just a scrapbooking paper here and a frame stamp on some paper I stained with black walnut ink that I made this year. And I glue the first 2 pages together because I hate dealing with that weird gluey page. So we're gonna get right into the letter to myself spread. It's empty. I'm gonna write it on the new year. And my goals spread, which is also empty because I haven't figured out my goals for the year yet. I am in college, which is very exciting. I also have a knee surgery very early next year, so I don't know what sort of goals I'm going to set for my art or for YouTube or Instagram. I'm still gonna try to post every 2 weeks here, but no guarantees. I cut tabs. They're not perfect. I think that's okay. I also added this gorgeous vintage music paper that I found at a library book sale. And yes, this is the goal spread. And then I get into my future log. I spread it between 2 spreads and I used to decorate it more. I had like stuff in the corners, but I realized I have plans in January and June and July and December, and I need all of this space. So that's why a lot of this isn't filled out yet, because I need to fill it out, but I need to film this first because I don't want the internet seeing everything about me. I also used a little stamp for my moon this year, so I have the full and the new moon stamped out for every month. And this page looks exactly the same. This page is my magical housekeeping spread. It is a combination of magic and housekeeping because I think housekeeping is magical. So a lot of people may call this like a when did I last spread. I just use it to keep track of a lot of things. So like changing out the heads of our electric toothbrushes and changing the air filter in our air purifier, but also working protection, upping our protection, cleansing the house, cleaning the altar, celebrating the Sabbats, the full moons, the new moons, mopping. Mopping is an incredibly magical act. And this spread is new for me for this year. It's a project spread because we just moved to a new house and I have a lot of plans for this house. I have a lot of things I want to do to it to make it my own, and also breathe some life back into it. I don't know if I talked about this in past videos, but this house was being used as like a rental. It's gotten a lot of landlord specials over the years. It's over 100 years old. It was built in 1900. But when we came in to like commune with the spirit of the home and make ourselves known to it, it was like she was sleeping. It's like she was sleeping. She was so tired of being painted poorly and abandoned over and over again by families and treated poorly by the landlord. So when we came in and tried to talk to her, it was like she had nothing to say but please open the windows and let me breathe. So we're letting her breathe and we're breathing new life into her, and I hope to host parties and paint all the walls some other color other than white. So this is my project spread for this. And me and my partner also plan on making some furniture, other stuff like that. My period tracker, I'm a very pen on paper person, and I don't trust applications for this data. So I track it here just to keep an eye on my menstrual health. Then I have my health tracker. I am chronically ill, I am disabled, and I like to keep track of when I'm having bad days, what symptoms I'm having, if a new symptom is coming up that I need to bring up to my doctor. I need to keep track of that. So I have a pain scale that goes in color here, and then a symptom scale. So the pain is typically referring to my knees. I've got messed up knees. I'm having another knee surgery this year. So pain's typically my knees, but just tracking my symptoms, seeing if, symptoms are coming back, new symptoms are coming up. I need to know that. So that is this tracker. I brought back 25 in 2025. A lot of folks do this. Jassy Corinne inspired me to do it again because I haven't done it since 2022. And I thought it'd be fun. It's like 2 to 3 things to do a month. I think that's doable, and I'll probably transfer some of these into my monthly bingo board that I make for myself. And then this spread is a recommendation spread. So if someone walks up to me and says, you have to watch this movie, you have to see this TV show, have you heard this album? I write it down. There is actually a list, and I try to work through it if I actually believe I will enjoy something. So if you have a very well-loved movie or TV show that you think I should check out, let me know. It'll go on the list. It'll go on the 2024 list, but it will be on the list, and I'll try to check it out. I also added this beautiful lacy washi paper in a couple places. I have, here it is again, and I just think it's so pretty and soft. I did my tabs in rainbows so I can remember where I am in my tabs. This spread is for my tarot reading for the year. It is also empty. I haven't started my tarot reading for the year, but I had these tarot card stamps from Notebook Therapy. I think also this moon stamp, and these month stamps are from Notebook Therapy. Got last year as a little treat for myself. My magic stamp, stamped myself, and then these letter stamps I thrifted. I try to thrift or make most of my stamps. This last page is something I came up with myself. It's a adjustable time block schedule. So I just want to explain it because I'm sure someone else has done this before, but I thought I was genius in doing this. A lot of people, especially if you work for yourself, you work from home. I'm doing asynchronous online school, so I have a lot of control over my own schedule. And a lot of people will make a time block of like an ideal day and everything is perfect and the same every time, but that's not reality. Especially not for me, because I have so many appointments. I have medical appointments. I have things I need to do outside of medical appointments. I have changes to plans. I have a partner. Their plans change sometimes too. So I took sticky notes and I cut them down into these little movable tabs that fit within the hour, so I can adjust my time block schedule to real life. So I've set this up as an example. I'm on winter break right now, but the green would be meal times, orange exercise, and then each class I'm taking will have its own colored tab. So I tackle it in 2-hour blocks, so I'm not overloading myself by trying to do 5 hours of calculus in a day. Because it's better for learning and it's better for your brain to spread things out, especially if you have like similar subjects, like you're taking a positive psychology class and a I don't know, a different psychology class at the same time, or like a human development and a psychology class. Breaking those apart will reduce confusion when you're trying to study and remember for exams or essays and stuff. So this allows me to break things up, allows me to schedule around appointments and meetings, and I can adjust it every week. So like this one example, Friday, I moved my meal down because I had a 6:30 meeting, which happens fairly often. So I thought this was pretty genius. I don't know if that'll help anyone else. But that is the last spread in my yearly spreads. I have 8 spreads here. And then this year I'm doing quarterly spreads. I used to do like a quarterly brain dump, which wasn't intensely helpful. And then I also am trying to be a lot more serious with my business and my social media. I really want to make something. I want people to have my art. That's the end all be all of it. I want people to have my art and enjoy it. It deserves to be seen. I think it's good. I think people will like it. So to advertise my art, I obviously need to work on social media. So I added a little social media tracker, a little planner here for my planned scheduling and posting, my goals. So I divide my goals into 3 sections, and then every month they're divided again into 3. So I'm just adding another division. So I will set 3 smaller goals under my main goals, and then when I move into January, I'll set 3 smaller goals under these 3 goals, and every week I set 3 smaller goals under these goals. It sounds like a lot. One goal is always centered on self-care. Always, always, always. I keep one goal just for taking care of myself. So it really doesn't feel like as much, and it's a good reminder that yourself is the most important thing. Taking care of yourself and learning and growing and being with people and family, those are the important things. These numbers, school, classes, not as important in my opinion. And that is the end of my yearly setup. I've got the start of my January setup, but I thought I'd share how I work in some magic, how I work in a theme. I'll go over some of the images. So some of these I've drawn in, some of them are fine art, like stickers. I have a lot of Van Gogh like washi tapes and stuff, so it was nice to use them. Drawn, this is a washi tape, that's a sticker. So I really tried to mix and match, and I think it turned out really cute. It's not what I expected it would be, but I think it was still really fun, and I'm excited to get into the new year. I think working in my planner and setting it up all cute really helps me get into the spirit of the new year. So let me know in the comments how you plan for the new year, any goals you're setting, and any recommendations you have for me. If you have an all-time favorite movie or song or TV show that you think I would enjoy, or video game or book. anything, I will write it down and I will try to check it out and get back to you. So this is a little bitty video. Thank you so much for watching and being here. I'm Galaxy Coop all over the internet, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!